That morning, as soon as he saw Akbar, Birbal knew what he was planning to do that day. He was dressed in equestrian attire. He was looking at the array of weapons. He was more careful about the weapons themselves than looking anywhere else. Birbal understood that Akbar had planned a hunt that day. Hunting was Akbar's favorite pastime. But Birbal did not like his hunting. He will think about how to stop it. Do you know what I'm going to do today? Akbar took a moment to turn his attention away from his weapons and focus on Birbal. When he looked at Birbal and asked, "I don't have the ability to know what's in other people's minds," Birbal said. "Don't lie, Birbal. You know very well what I'm going to do. You are deliberately pretending not to know. In my opinion, the milder temperatures would be great for this morning's hunt." "What is your opinion?" said. "Your opinion is mine," said Birbal. "Then you must come hunting with me." Akbar said. "I am willing to follow your orders," replied Birbal humbly. "Birbal, when you are with me, I don't feel tired. I want to know whether the Lord who has given you so much strength in your tongue has also given you strength in your body." "Yes, sir," said Birbal. After some time, Akbar left for the forest with a large army of soldiers. Birbal also accompanied Akbar. After entering the forest, Akbar's soldiers made the forest vibrate with the loud banging of tarai and tampate. Hearing the noise, the wild animals got scared and scattered around. Akbar and others chased them and killed them. Suddenly a tiger came roaring out of the bush and came towards them. When the tiger, irritated by the sound of thuds and paws, was about to pounce on them, Akbar threw the spear in his hand at it. And the tiger fell to the ground with a terrible growl. As the tiger was dead, Akbar raised his hand in exultation and shouted, and the surrounding soldiers cheered. By evening Akbar had valiantly hunted and killed another tiger. After everyone went to rest, Akbar sat alone and conversed with Birbal. It's dusk. The birds that had been flying in the sky all day were returning to their nests. Both were enjoying listening to their sweet voices. Two owls flew into a tree near where they were sitting and began to hoot. After listening to their sound for a long time, Akbar said, "How good it would be if we could understand the language of these owls," said Birbal. "Lord, I know their language," said Birbal. "Really? Then why are you idle? Tell me immediately what they are talking about." Akbar said, "Lord, one of them is the bride's father. The other is the child's father. They are discussing about dowry. The boy's father asks him to give 40 forests in a row without animals. The girl's father says he can only give 20 forests," said Birbal. He continued, "The owl, the girl's father, said that if you give him another 6 weeks, he can arrange the remaining 20 forests. What the hell is this? Where does it get forests that are devoid of animals? How did it agree to give 20 forests?" said Akbar. "It doesn't sound like it." "That's right. It speaks volumes for your courage," said Birbal. "Right, if you think the owl is hoot, you are hoot too," Akbar said. "I am not sleeping, Lord. The owl didn't wake up. Once you come to hunt, all the animals in the forest are killed. So far you have made 20 forests animal-free. And if you hunt 20 times in the next 6 weeks, the remaining 20 forests will be empty. It is in that courage that the owl says so," said Birbal. Birbal's explanation, which was like a slap in the face, silenced Akbar. Akbar bowed his head in shame for his actions and said, "Birbal, you opened my eyes today. I understood that killing wild animals for my own pleasure is a cheap act. I am going to stop hunting from today," said Akbar. Birbal's explanation, which was like a slap in the face, silenced Akbar. Akbar bowed his head in shame for his actions and said, "Birbal, you opened my eyes today. I understood that killing wild animals for my own pleasure is a cheap act. I am going to stop hunting from today," said Akbar. Birbal couldn't believe his ears. He did not think that Akbar's mind would be changed so easily. "Birbal, what do you see? Listen to what I just said and tell me what that owl says," said Akbar. "It says that the emperor has changed his mind, so I can no longer give the beastless forest as a dowry." Birbal said, and Akbar laughed loudly.